So last week, Coach, really was a tale of two halves. I mean, defense really stepped it up in the second half. What do you take away from the game?
You know, I thought the first half we were real cautious, played cautious, didn't play with the urgency, especially in the secondary. You know, I felt like, and I told them this, I felt like there was some intimidation. You know, not intimidation that they were afraid, but just afraid to make a mistake. And, you know, we had a situation, the worst thing in the first half was the 3rd and 17. You know, we had double underneath coverage. All we had to do, I don't think that and the thing about it is, I mean, he's done it 1,000 times. It just sort of, you know, it was a lot of new. There was a lot of first. You know, first time every one of those guys have ever started on the road. No excuse, but as I've told you before, it's going to be a little bit of a process for us to grow with that. And I thought the second half, coming back out, you know, we didn't go in halftime and berate them, or, you know, we got the ball there late, you know, after a blocked field goal. We thought we were going to get out, a blocked punt, and we thought that we would get out of it. You know, we get a sack on first down, and you know, we just sort of struggled on that boundary corner, and made a switch after the third quarter, and Chase Lucas came in, did a pretty good job. DeMonte King came in, did a pretty good job. And I'm going to tell you something. Daz and Joey both have played well, have done a good job. It just wasn't their day.
What about put yourselves in a lot of good positions on 3rd down and then out in the field there? What are you anxious generally about? Those are very different offenses.
Well, you know, a lot of things, you know, everybody, I tell DJ and Christian, they're lucky because like 3 of the 3rd and 8s were underneath coverage. You know, they were number 3 with a bender, you know, and we had depth, and, you know, we're trying to what we call keep the top on it. And, you know, our underneath coverage was liable, and, you know, on that play. With that said, we had guys there. You know, I don't know if you remember, but one of the plays on the 3rd quarter, we had double coverage. We had a swipe, and Joey's right there, and their number 14 just makes an absolutely unbelievable, it stuck to his head, catch. And he made it on the 3rd and 17. It was an absolutely great catch. You know, it wasn't that they weren't. That's the thing I told Joey. I said, it's not that you're not contesting it. You've just got to be more physical in your approach on the releases.
You haven't second-guessed any of those coverages in those
Say
situations.
that again?
You haven't second-guessed any of the coverages in those situations.
Well, you know, one of the things, we've been there. I mean, you know, Todd and I talked. You will look at the tape, and I mean, every ball's been challenged, with the exception of Daz on the double move. You know, when we had the corner fake blitz, and he bit on it. Now, does that make it right? No. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, when they get 3rd and 8, I question it. So, you know, you're always looking to do things that are player friendly, and I think that you know, I think we'll keep working at that.
Did Daz one that cover 3? You guys are in on Daz, you talked about. You guys can cover 3 on that one.
No, it was a fake corner blitz, and it was a cover 2. It was a 1 under, 1 deep, and he had underneath help, and he bit. And if he just stays deep, that's what you want. You want him to throw the ball deep so you can have a safety pick it. And he just he was a little bit anxious. And, you know, let me say this. I'm not blaming those kids. I told you when we came in here, it's a journey, and they're learning, and they want to do good, and I've been extremely impressed this week the way they've worked. You know, him and Joey have busted their butts, and I was impressed how they stayed in the game when they got replaced on Saturday. You know, they're sitting there and they're talking to Chase, they're talking to DeMonte, and I mean, that's the thing I saw on our sideline that I really liked. I really saw guys say, you know what, we're going to get back in this game. And, you know, when we tied it up and then we got to stop, I thought, this is it. We're going to win this game. And you know, you can sit here and cry about it, but we had a nice package with Karan Crump going into that game, and 4 plays into it, you know, it's gone, and it's you know, it's spilled milk. But I just that was a tough scenario for everybody.
Speaking of that, now you got Abe Thompson and now you got J.J. Wilson moved over. What do you think about how you're going to be able to fill in with?
Well, you know, we're trying to. I will tell you this: Abe Thompson did a credible job. I mean, he played hard, and for a guy thrown into that situation, he really did a nice job. We just would like to, you know, spell from the time I've been here. I've been after Todd to get JJ. Yeah, I'm sorry that we had to lose Crump, but Todd came to me and Todd said, "What do you think?" And I said, "You got it." And you know, that's a vital position for us. And JJ's an athlete, Abe's an athlete, you know, and we got a couple other packages with other people that we think we can help with.
Do you think Malik Lawal will get a chance as a rusher?
Yes. I mean, Malik right now has a couple of medical issues, and he would have, you know, and they're minor. But you know, the biggest thing is, guys, and you know it as well as me, you got to practice. You got to be out there for practice.
You went into this game with Lucas, Abe, and Devontae. Your starters were. Would you feel comfortable with that?
Well, you know, I think that 2 things. I think that I felt comfortable with them. Number one, yeah, I played them last week. DeMonte, you know, just got released the San Diego State weekend, and we purposely did not play him in that game. And, you know, just felt like another week would help him. Chase, you know, was out the first game, came back. He's worked his way back in there, and he was deserving. And we've been alternating them this week. So one of the things we would like to get is a rotation of 3 corners and 3 safeties. And I think we can get that. We haven't had that.
Coach, what is the biggest, the Pac-12 play starting obviously, and this young group of guys in the secondary, what is the biggest challenge they're going to present?
Well, they're good. You know, Oregon reminds me so much of what we did at Baylor. Their simplicity, yet their effectiveness of how they do it is impressive. And they've got obviously one of the top running backs in the nation. Their quarterback is they've really done a nice job of doing what he can do. You know, Nelson, their receiver, is a guy that you better know where he's at on every snap. I just think they've done a really good job, you know, of incorporating Willie's package. And I think with us, you know, one of the things that I'm excited about is you know, I'm thinking of the second half. I'm thinking, you know, we did some things, and it should be a heck of a game.
I mean, would it be fair to say that the biggest difference you're having in this offense compared to the first 3 is the balance they have between run and pass?
Well, they without question, they want to set everything up with a run. I mean, they are a physical running football team, and you know, which is very smart when you have a back. You know, actually they have Freeman, and then they have, I'm not sure their names, 20 and 29. I mean, they have some very talented, you know, running backs, and their quarterback's talented. And like I said, you can see that he has command of what he's doing.
What's going to be key then for you guys to contain that run game, as diverse as it is?
You know, it always starts with the basics. You know, you got to tackle. I mean, this guy last week, when I say that he mowed down some guys at Wyoming, I mean he mowed them down. If you try to tackle him high, he'll make you look foolish. And you know, Wyoming, and this is honest God truth, Todd will tell you, one time they did not block the middle linebacker, and it is a 0 give, and he went 20. I mean, it was you know, it's that same old saying. The way you tackle great backs is with numbers, you know, population. And we have to really be good with our fits. We've had 2 really, you know, and I don't think you really ever get anything out of a loss because you work so hard to win. But I liked the way our kids have responded, and we'll have to play. We'll have to play really well to beat these guys, and they know that.
Playing a talented running back like Rashad Penny against San Diego State, are we going to be looking at that kind of comparison, saying, okay, here's what we did wrong here, how can we adjust?
Well, I think one of them is a zone read, one of them's a power. You know, it's a different offense. One of them is a spread, you know, sideline to sideline. You're going to see them line two guys up, maybe out of bounds sometimes. You know, and my point is, you saw San Diego State put 11 people within 8 yards of each other. So, two great backs, different approaches. You know, one of them spreads, you know, we always say the spread is built to get you horizontally to go vertically. And then San Diego State is hey, you know what? We're going to line 11 guys up within 8 yards. We're going to hit you right in the damn mouth, and so stop us. So, you know, both of them, you know, can be effective, as we both know.
Second half improvements we see just from after the second half this year, secondary, and a lot of your defense holding them to a lot less points than they were in the first half. What is the difference that comes out from the second half? What is the adjustment?
Well, I said this earlier. There was not a lot of newness in the second. You know, I didn't have a guy that ever started a game on the road. Not one. Not one. Has never started a game on the road. And you can say what you want to, but when you get out of your element, now, it takes you a while. And you have to grow into this. You know, I told you, I think you were in here. I mean, this thing's a journey. Now, do you concede? No, I'm not saying that. But it's a process. And I think we had some guys that, and I don't like the word intimidated, but we had some guys that were a little bit in awe of the situation. And, you know, Texas Tech, I mean, the student section was right behind us, and they were throwing stuff at us, and Joey's looking at me like, you know, I never had this at the high jump pit. You know, so there was but I will tell you this, I say this again, he never backed down, never, you know, as Daz did. And my point to them was, you know what? You know, let's go the next time and let's learn from this. And that's the point that we'll take. And you know what? Let's face it. I got to do a better job. I got to put them in better position. I got to do a better job teaching them. That's just a fact.
Ron, out, is there any contemplation to change your schemes on how to get quarterback pressure? Or are you just going to try to plug guys in there?
I think yes. Yes and yes. Yes.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you.